Helps if I hit the right button. There we go. All right, there we are. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Welcome back, everybody, on this side of the stream as well. Hope everybody's doing good out there. We'll give everybody a couple minutes to join. And then we'll talk about the P2S.
Does anybody have a Cheaty plus 4 with a Cheaty box? I'm having issues with that system too.
I don't. I do not.
Giving me issues.
That's why I don't have one.
It prints beautifully, but the connectivity, so like it's hard to get it to send a print to it. And now that I've got this Cheaty box, like it won't let me print anything with the AMS.
Oh wow, that's interesting. I gave the one that they sent me to Colorado Adventure Club, and that's one thing I noticed on there is the connectivity was super weird. But it's been a little while since I've had one of those, but they're supposed to be decent.
Yeah, I can see my build plate because the webcam that's built into it, it works, but freaking the other stuff is just, I don't know what the issue is. And this, now that I got this, now everything's got a heater on it. Every printer I have has an AMS and a heater on it. I was feeling pretty slick, pretty cool, but now it's kind of like, well, it doesn't quite work. So
I think the biggest issue a lot of these companies are having is they're still producing stuff that need a Wi-Fi connection, and it's on 2.4G.
Yeah.
Now, granted, 2.4G is a larger bandwidth, so you can have more items on a 2.4G network, but almost everybody's running 5G now, and I think that's the issue is a lot of these routers that have 5G and even 6G don't have as large of a bandwidth for 2.4, so it drops 2.4 connections more often than it used to.
Yeah, and one tip to everybody out there, it is good, and maybe I'll do another video on this because of how good of a trick it is, but you should be creating separate VLANs on your network anyway and have like a IoT VLAN. And if you do that and set up your IoT VLAN to be on 2.4 and your normal Wi-Fi to be on 5, you will see a significant improvement in your network traffic on your cell phone that would be on your home network and your IoT devices that are on a separate VLAN. And most routers these days, you can, 192.168.0.1 or 10.0.0.1 will log you into your router and you can create a different virtual network or VLAN. Because you're right, Justin, if you have your 2.4 and your 5 or now the new 6 gig networks are all three broadcasting on the same network, and then you would be surprised. Go log into your router and look at how many items you have on there. You'd be shocked at how many things are actually on there. And if it's all sharing the same VLAN, then your router is working overtime to run all of that stuff. So you start to see network connectivity issues like that, like you're seeing. That might be part of your problem. Dr. Doohickey, that might be part of your problem, and that's probably what you're talking about as well, Justin. And I do notice that a lot of them are on the 2.4, and the reason that they do that is they're still trying to accommodate for people that have ancient routers. But yeah, at this point, I believe all the routers are on 5G. But my IoT network, I have only on 2.4 gig, and then my normal network for like my cell phone and everything else is only on 5, and that opens up my access points and everything, and it makes routing the traffic way easier on my router and way more efficient. And if you separate all of your IoT stuff on a separate VLAN and then create some basic firewall rules, then even if Bamboo was nefarious and hacked you, they don't have access to anything except the stuff that's on your IoT network, so they can go hack into your light switch and I guess turn it on and off a couple times, but that's about all they'll be able to do. So hot tip,
Yeah, so I
create different networks for that stuff. Go ahead.
I got the router based off of your recommendation. It must have been a year or two ago. Got was the Unify, something like that. Yeah. So yeah, maybe I need to go in there. I don't want to put my my printers onto my IoT network because I navigate them through my computer, and I don't want to put my computer
still do that
on the IoT.
Yeah, my computer this computer's on the home network, and my printers are on the IoT network, and it's fine.
And you can still communicate between the two?
So you create a traffic rule that you can, that your home network can talk to the IoT network, but you block the IoT network from talking to your home network. So your printer never needs to talk to your computer. Your computer needs to talk to your printer. You see what I'm saying? So with the basic firewall rule like that, you still have access to your printer, but even if they hack you, they only have access to your light switches and stuff because they don't have access back into the network. Yeah, if you need help with that, shoot me an email and I'll show you how to set that up in Unify.
Okay, I appreciate it.
I just overhauled that the other day and did a whole cleanup on my network and everything, so that's fresh in my mind right now.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
my son's the one
interested in a video like that.
Yeah, my son's the one that set up my network here at home. I'm not sure. He's the one that updates the system for me, so I have no idea how he has it set up.
Let me see while we still got it.
Is it me? I'm getting a lot of echo here.
Yeah, it sounds good on my end.
Is it? I'm getting a lot of echo here. I'm hearing myself back.
I'm not getting any echo.
I have no idea why.
Let me log into my Unify here real quick. See if I can get a view on here real quick that's not giving away like my network IP or something. Yeah, that doesn't show too much there. So if you guys see on my screen here, I have a default network, a home network, a network for my cameras, an IoT network, a guest network, and then a management network. And then I have firewall rules in between all of those to allow traffic. Because like my cameras don't ever need to talk to my home network. My IoT doesn't. Guests don't need to talk to any of this stuff, so they're isolated on everything. And then the management network is just all of my Unify devices. So they're routed through that network. But it's good to kind of split this stuff up and then create some firewall rules between them. But you'll see that, all my light switches and all my little lights and everything are on this IoT network, all my little cameras and everything, and then everything that connects to my home network is there. But it's good to do that. And if you guys want a video on that, let me know. I'd be happy to do a video to show how to set all this stuff up. There's several other people that have done it as well, but I did it my little way. I do have a lot of devices. I have a lot of computers. Way too many computers. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the P2S here. We were having a discussion before the stream there, and thank you everybody for joining. Tim, good to see you. Renee, good to see you again as well. Is it just an X1C with the screen? I guess there's a few more differences than that. It does look cool. You know, if this is the first printer that you're looking at, this is maybe the one between this and the H2S, I guess, is really what you're looking at, unless you want to just take the ultimate leap into the H2D, right? But I think most people for their first printer are probably going to be looking at this or the H2S, don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's your first printer, you're definitely going to be looking at this or the H2S. I actually just picked up another X1C because Best Buy had a flash sale for 15 hours on Thursday, and I picked it up for $7.99 combo.
So as a second printer, are you looking at this as a second printer? And I'm not sure there. I don't know why you wouldn't just go with the H2S as your second printer for the larger, like if you already have like a X1C or a P1S, let's say, or even maybe a A1, and you're looking for a second printer, the P2S and the H2S both have the enclosure for the engineering filaments or whatever. Which one are you going after? I would almost have to say you'd have to do the H2S because of the larger build plate.
Yeah, I agree. The H2S with the larger build plate. I picked up an H2S about a month ago, roughly. Maybe not even a month ago, maybe about 3 weeks ago. And I got 600 hours on it, and it's been flawless. Just like my X1C that has almost 9,000 hours on it. And then, like I said, I picked up a new X1C that came yesterday, and I already have 100 hours on it. Dang near.
And then I wonder what the price point of this is going to be.
From what I hear, it's going to be comparable to what the X1C was when it came out, so about 12 something, I think. But I could be wrong. It could be a little bit less. I heard that they're basically going to phase out the X1C, that they are no longer going to support the X1C after 2028, I think. Or they're not going to support it in the software. So if you...
And it shows on their website $1,100, but it shows sold out. And then you can't order the P2S, and I think Ed made a good comment before the stream about probably why that is. Ed, if you want to repeat your comment there. But yeah, you can't even get an X1C online here. Go ahead, Ed.
What I heard through some YouTuber is that Bamboo Lab announced that they're holding off on sending any printers for now to the U.S. until we figure out what's happening with the issue of tariffs. That's supposed to go up 100% on November 1st. So they're not shipping to they're not going to be shipping to the U.S. until this is resolved. A new printer.
Yeah, they're basically going to use what's left in their warehouses.
Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this one fits in, and I guess it makes sense for them to phase out the X1C and replace it with this one. If these are the same price between the X1C and the P2S, I would probably get the P2S just for the nozzles. Just so it's not a pain in the butt to change nozzles. That's worth it for me. That's worth anything else to me on that one. But yeah, that makes sense.
One of the things that they did is they changed the design of the filaments, the filament cutter. They, the X1C, it moves all the way to the front on the left-hand side.
Hmm.
They have it on the back on the left-hand side now. So you can have the full build plate on the X1C, the 256, 256, 256. That little corner you couldn't print before on the X1C. Well, apparently now you'll be able to print the entire build plate.
And it looks like they put a new camera there as well in the same place.
Yeah, the camera is supposed to be much better, and not as good as the X1C's camera, I think, because I don't think it has the same resolution, the same processing power, the system as the X1C.
It's the same resolution. It's 1080.
But I don't think it's as good as the
X1.
The processing of the X1C is supposed to be better than the P.
Yeah, I wonder if it just has a slower frame rate.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
The A1, my A1 Mini, it has a camera, but it's not even.
Yeah,
the frame rate's so low on it. Like the live stream of it is just horrible. It's not even worth it. It's so bad.
Well, the P is supposed to be like that also. It has a camera, but it's supposed to be terrible.
All right, let's dive into some photos, and we'll start with yours, and tell us about these ones.
Did we see this last week, or did we see this last week? I don't remember.
I think we saw. Yeah, I think we did see this one.
Last week.
Yeah,
Ooh, maybe
yeah,
we saw this one and these ones. Okay,
Yeah.
my bad on this one.
Yeah, you saw that one. You saw all those.
We didn't
All those
see the
you've seen
haunted
already.
house though.
Oh yeah. Okay, this is new. This it's small. It's about 6-7 inches tall. It's basically two colors, orange and black, and it has thousands of color changes. But since I printed in the H2D, there was really no waste at all. But it still takes about 14 hours to print. But it's a cool print, actually.
Yeah, for
I'm not sure I would
14
print
hours.
that
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah. No, it's not. But it's not very tall. It's only like 6-7 inches tall. But it has so many changes in swapping from black to orange. But in the H2D, it doesn't take. You don't have any waste at all. But it still takes 14 hours because it's changed left and right all the time. But it prints really, really well.
Yeah, really cool. And that's on Maker World.
That's on Maker World. Yeah.
Sweet. Looks like it's made out of carrots or pumpkin.
The pumpkin house.
Yeah. Yeah, I use a
Pumpkin bread house.
pumpkin orange.
Yeah, that looks really, really good.
Yeah, that's really cool for like a 14-hour print, like overnight while you're sleeping. That's a easy one. That's really cool.
And you said you did that on the H2D?
Yeah.
Now with the H2D, obviously it has dual nozzles, so you're literally only printing, well, with this one, black on one and orange on the other. What
Correct.
happens when you add a third or fourth color?
It will switch whatever side you put it on the left or the right. It will retract and spit out a little bit of filament before, and then it'll work on the tower.
It'll tell you how to split them up as well. It'll
Exactly.
show in the optimization, it'll say color A and C on the left nozzle and color B on the right nozzle to optimize the fewest amount of changes or whatever, right? Because you don't want that to get jacked up either. So it does on all of them. It'll split the filament up between the AMSs to be the most efficient, and what Ed is saying there too. But it'll also split it up to be the most efficient on the filament changes as well. So you'll have the 2 rolls in that situation. You'll have 2 rolls in the most optimized AMS and that 1 roll in the other optimized AMS. So like in this one, you'd have like orange, I would guess, in one nozzle, and then black and green in the other nozzle.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was wondering how that worked because I might be looking at an H2D as well. And I was like, well, once you get past 2 colors, there's really no difference than having an X1C or an H2S. You're going to have lots of poop, but you're telling me that's technically not the case.
Yeah, when you're only having poop on one nozzle, and you're only having poop for just this green portion right here, or whatever portion is that 3rd color, but that right nozzle or whatever nozzle is the left nozzle is the main nozzle, would have this orange in there, and it would never poop, right? And it would just continuously do out the orange, and then it would do the black, and then 1 little color change for the green here, and then it would switch back over to the other nozzle, do the orange, color change into the black, color change into the green, and then this one would go right back into the orange. So you are saving some time with the orange not having to color change there, and then it'll optimize it in a way for the other 2 colors, the lesser 2 colors to be on that other one, so it's the least amount of poop possible. But yeah, you're going to run into, as you put more and more colors into it, it's going to get less and less efficient than just the 2 color, right? The 2 color is going to be the most because you don't have to poop at all, but it gets less and less, but you still have that one nozzle that's not pooping in the 3 color situation. So it works itself out. I would recommend it. I love the H2D. It's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
I put the link on this one. It comes in 3 sizes. There's a large size, medium size, and then small size. The large size is about maybe 11 inches, 12 inches high. The medium is only like 6 inches, and the small is like 3.5 inches. You can select which one you want to print.
This one's pretty cool.
Now, this one, you'll notice, this I printed in the X1C. And if you look at the eyes, the orange, and next to the, some of the orange has some of the bleeding of the black. And I printed it on the X1C. And the difference in timing, how long it took to print, and the amount of poop that this used, I printed in the X1C originally. I think this took like 20 hours on the X1C, and it had like 450 grams of filament in total. And I printed it also in the H2D, and it took only 7 hours. And it used like 200, so half, because it had no poop. And here there's 3 colors because it also has the green, but in the poop is hardly any. We'll see that later on. I have a comparison of the 2.
Yeah, and then see here, this was on the X1C, but on the H2D, you wouldn't see any of this because there would be no color changes here.
Exactly.
And then it would just do 1 color change into the stem, and then it would just stay on that green because there's no more black.
Exactly.
Really cool. Oh wow, is this with the wood filament too? This little wind chime? It looks like the wood filament.
Yeah. I had some old wood filament, and I dried it. It was it was sitting there for a long time. It wasn't a bamboo, and I dried it for about 8 hours, and I tried to use it, and I started having problems with the clogging, so I decided to print the rest of it. That's why there's two colors in this one here, with the just regular PLA. But the one in the middle is wood, is PLA wood. But it started giving me problems, even though I had dried it about 8 hours. Yeah, there you see it. It doesn't sound that great. I mean, it sounds okay, but it's not like metal.
We would only let it play once. I turned the sound on. I think we could hear it. I could hear it. What happened to your photos?
Yeah, if anyone wants a link to that, let me know and I can send you the link to it.
I wonder how that would hold up outdoors, especially the wood matte filament, because matte's notorious for being brittle.
Yeah, I don't think that
In Florida, in the
probably,
hurricanes, probably not well.
yeah. I'm not sure I would put it outside.
Oh, that's funny. I mean, I guess if it wasn't in a super duper windy place, you'd probably be okay, Justin. But like, yeah, Florida, hurricane central, probably last 0.2 seconds out there. But but if you're not in a windy place, it'd probably be okay. It wouldn't last here, and I'm in like the plains of Colorado, and it gets pretty windy here too. So it would blow right off the thing. Not every day, but it gets pretty windy over here.
I just put the link to the chime if anybody wants it. This is just a for a candy holder for Halloween. Dish. Yeah, it prints pretty fast actually. It's good size. It's the size of the maximum size you can print in the X1C, and it prints in base mode, so it prints like in 2 hours.
Oh.
It prints quick, it prints fast, and it looks pretty sturdy.
It's not bad at all.
Yeah, no, it's not bad at all.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
I need a new candy dish for Halloween, so I'll probably be looking that one up.
Yeah, there's two versions. I'll post a link. There's a version that has a handle, and this version does not have a handle. So I will copy the link here in a minute.
Thank you for that.
And then this is a cat. What are you, mummy cat? Whatever it is. There's two versions that you can download. One version that is only two-sided. It's on one side. I printed them both, not knowing. One says that it prints in an hour, and the other one says it prints in almost 2 hours. And the one that prints in 2 hours, it has both sides. So no matter which way you can see the cat and both sides. I'll put the link on that also. But it doesn't tell you that it's only one side. So the one that takes twice as long. See, this is the one that I printed in the H2D. Remember, we saw the original one, and here there's no bleeding at all, and there was no waste at all. And this was like 250 grams compared to 450 gram in the X1C, and this one printed in 7 hours.
Wow.
Versus 20 hours.
Yeah, especially prints like this. This is and this is a 3-color print again, but you know, if you just think
Exactly.
about it, it's just really optimized to print this. Because again, it's just got to poop out the black and get the
Exactly.
green in the one nozzle right here, but otherwise the orange is in one nozzle and it just goes to town. And that's a third of the time, almost 20 hours to
Exactly.
7 hours is a third of the time.
Exactly.
I'm amazed that's a print in place, and that's all one print.
One
Because I
print,
would
yeah.
totally imagine how long it would take if I did this on a X1 carbon. It's just
20 hours.
incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this one is in the H2D, and now I'm going to put a picture of both the. You'll see two. Actually, the orange are not going to be the same. There you go.
But you could
The
definitely
orange are not-
see on my screen, at least I could see the black mask on the
Exactly.
right. I could tell the right one is
Exactly.
the X1C, right?
Exactly. The one on the right is the X1C, and the orange is orange basic. On the left is the pumpkin basic. So it's still orange, but it's slightly different color orange. But you can't see the bleeding on the left hand side, which was printed in the H2D.
Yeah, that's impressive. And you said that it also cut the time like way down, like in half.
Yeah, and this one it
third
was
of
7
the
hours
time.
versus 20. Yeah.
And what was the filament wastage? I mean, obviously it was huge, but like what's
The waste
comparison?
was, I mean, it's like 200 grams. There's the one on the left, which is the H2D. The H2D was like 220 grams, something like that, and the one on the right is like 450 grams.
Okay.
Yeah, almost half the filament, a third of the time. And not every print is that way, but some prints it just happens
Exactly.
to be. And this one, when you think about it, this is a perfect print for the H2D.
Yeah, you remember that the house, the haunted house, orange and black that we showed at the beginning. I never even attempted to print that in the X1C because it would have changed so many times.
You'd still be printing.
Yeah, exactly. That one took like 14 hours in the H2D, no waste, but it took a long time because it had to switch from the right to the left, right to the left, right to the left, and it has to go to the tower, and it swipes in the tower every time it goes from one side to the other. So it takes some time, but there's no waste.
That is the benefit of the H2D. Yeah, some prints may be faster on the X1C, but I don't think it'll be many.
Yeah.
You're really going to have to try to do a faster print on the X1C, and it's going to be some limited cases, but for the most part, you're going to get cleaner, quicker prints on the H2D.
Yeah, I don't mind waste here and there, but somebody had done a comparison and maybe they had messed up and not optimized like what you said in the AMSs. But they said basically it was going to waste $3 worth of filament on the X1C and $2.95 worth of filament on the H2D. And I'm like, well, shoot, there's no reason to spend the extra money on the H2D then if the filament waste is literally like 5 cents.
If you have one AMS, that's probably correct. But if you have two AMSs and you split it up, there's no way that it's going to be that way, because especially a 2-color print, there's no waste. So you're like, it's all of that is a gain, and all of the time is a gain there as well. Like on this print, there's no scenario where the X1C is beating the H2D on this print. Zero scenarios.
Oh yeah.
unless you just bleed and you just don't purge and you just bleed the black into the white and just have a gray print. That's the only way you're going to compete in time, because like, look at all of the filament changes that are going to be there instead of just a nozzle change, right? It's just a nozzle rotating. Bloop, 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 bloop. That's all it does. So on this print, there's no way the X1C can even touch the H2D on this one.
Now, this print, it's not a two-side print. So in other words, it's black on the back, and the white only appears on the front side of the print, which is the bottom. This is the actual bottom. so it prints white and black, and then
just black on the top.
Most of it is black on the top. So there is change because it's fairly thick actually, but this is much quicker on the X1C. I printed this one in the X1 Carbon. By the way, I printed in the X1 Carbon.
And you could optimize a print like this, especially since it's only two color and it's basically flat on the back. You could make the back, 2 millimeters black, and it would print all that first, and then you make the white, and then you lay it just barely on top of the black, so there's no interchanging there, and it would only be a two-color print.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are fairly thick. Are they like 5 mil thick? Looks like.
I'm not sure.
Like 100 layers.
I don't even have them here. Yeah, they're fairly thick. I'm not sure. My grandkids came to visit this evening, and they took everything.
They wiped you out.
Oh, they wiped everything out.
That's funny.
The kitties, the mummy kitties are very thin, but the Sonic is fairly thick.
Yeah, it looks substantially thicker than the little kitties.
Exactly.
Kitties.
Exactly. I just put the link on that one, by the way. That Sonic, black and white.
Really cool.
And this is just a happy Halloween. I printed this one in both the X1C and in the H2D. And the H2D is a little faster, but not significant difference here in time, because it's fairly flat, Mm-hmm. So there is some savings, and also filament. There is some purging in the X1C.
Yeah, this one I think you're getting into the realm where it'd be a close race. But there's some that are just obvious, like the pumpkin ones are obvious. This one's probably going to be a close race. Oh, wow, I like the Bowser one, too.
That Bowser, I printed that one some time ago. So I didn't print that today. Yeah, I had printed that some time ago. And also that the pumpkin octopus, the little one there, I printed that I think last year, but I had it there.
Oh yeah, I remember those from last year.
Yeah. But they were there, and in my living room I have a bunch of, I have probably a couple of hundred prints that my grandkids come over and play. So I saw it there, and I just put it with that for them, and they took it. I just printed this cat right before they left. I'm printing another one actually now. My granddaughter wanted one that she could see the eyes, so I'm printing a different cat now.
That's pretty cool. It's like
this is only one color. I printed this in the X1C. in
That's super Halloween. A witch and the cat. It's cool.
yeah, it's one color. I think I printed that in matte black with charcoal, I think it's called, and then easy print.
Yeah, it turned out really nice. It's really smooth.
Let me see if I find that.
All right. Thank you for sending those in once again, Ed. And sounds like you'll need to print some more stuff to restock your supply.
I started already.
And now we'll turn it over to Justin's prints. And I think this is where it cut off and switched into this week. I need to delete last week's stuff from there so I don't get confused. That's what happened with yours, Ed. And yours did the same thing, Justin, on my end. But I think this is your first print from this week. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you're correct. This is this week's. This is called a Goofy Chicken. It's on Maker World, and it prints in pieces, and then you just glue it together. I thought it was hilarious because you can actually adjust the eyes, however you want on either one.
However crazy you want them to be.
Yeah, and the developer actually gives you a little sheet that shows different eye positions to give you different looks. And this was done on the X1C, since it just prints all separate pieces.
There's the print farm.
Yeah, like I said, I added the far right is my original X1C with almost 9,000 hours on it. The X1C in the middle is the brand new one I just got during Best Buy's flash sale that they had Wednesday or Thursday, and I got that for $7.99 with combo.
That's a steal.
Yeah, it's a hell of a deal.
And they sold out of that thing in minutes, so I'm glad I got it. And then I have the H2S there on the end. So I have enough room. I'm going to build a shelf above these printers to put all the AMSs, and then I'm going to scoot the X1Cs over a little bit and either have another H2S or an H2D.
Yeah, I would go, if you can, I would go with the H2D, but it is an expensive guy. But I really like it. I really like it.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool, and you're starting to give one of Hotfix's walls some competition there. That's so funny.
It's amazing how much the H2S shakes that table, and that table's rated for 4,000 pounds.
Oh, yeah.
And it that one printer shakes that table more than both my X1Cs combined.
Yeah, that is one thing. It is a shaker, man. That thing wobbles on this table, something crazy.
This is a Y-wing. Again, prints in multiple pieces, but it's one of those snap fit kits, so the top and bottom print as two different pieces. And then you have the different pieces for the engine rails that go all the way back, and so you just kind of glue it together. It kind of snaps like the old snap kit model kits. This you can get on Galactic Armory through their Patreon, or you can purchase it, I believe, at several different websites, Printables, and maybe even Maker World.
That looks really good. What layer height did you use for that front section, the cockpit?
This is all the entire thing's 0.2.
0.2.
Yeah, that's the way he designed it. I don't think you'll get anything smoother even if you go down, just because he designs them to print this is the same guy that does all the planes that I've been
Yeah,
showing. Um,
yeah.
and Galactic Armory hired him to do these, and he designs all of them to print uh, with the sprues or without the sprues. But his claim to fame is you can have one of these printed and ready to go pretty much in any bamboo printer in less than 12 hours.
That's real cool.
So
I like it.
they're not super smooth. You can see layer lines and stuff, but he designs them that way because they're not meant to be like, you know, resin model kits. They're supposed to be quick, easy, and print it and put it together. But I would say this one's about 7, 8 inches long, and maybe a little bit more, maybe almost 10 inches.
How long did it take you to put it together, to assemble it?
Because I've put so many of his models together, and like I said, he designs them real simple. I would say if I didn't glue it, maybe 10 minutes. But with the glue and stuff, I take a little bit of extra time and have clamps and everything to clamp it down good. And so I take my time with it. So this one took maybe 30 minutes.
Really cool.
So it's just like building a model, basically, just like those old modeling kits get back in the day.
Yep. Yep.
Exactly. And like I said, you can print this with the sprues or without the sprues. So you can print it on a card and then you nip the pieces out, or you can print it without the sprue basically and save yourself a little bit of filament time. This is another one from the Galactic Armory set that they're releasing, and they're doing a lot of the Star Wars ships right now. And this is actually the smallest one they've released thus far. But it was another, I would say, maybe 6 hour print with everything and the different pieces, and then you just snap it together.
Yeah, they have a ton of these. I bet you're gonna have a whole wall of these little planes and Star Wars ships and everything. Really cool.
Yeah, I'm a big Star Wars collector, so I have a lot of stuff. But these are just really fun prints, and I really enjoy the planes and stuff too, and just being able to print something, put it together, and display it or give it to somebody within less than 12 hours is, you know, just amazing.
Yeah, this, this, I really like this one. That was such a classic scene on Hoth. It's such a cool aircraft, spacecraft.
Yeah, the T-47 is one of my favorite ships, which is the Snowspeeder. Now, I did change the colors on this a little bit. Originally, he had it white, and I believe red for the stripes, and I changed it to be more like Luke Skywalker's Snowspeeder, which is a light gray and then a medium gray stripe kit. But that was just a simple change in Bamboo Studio with the paintbrush.
It's already time for Christmas decorations. Man.
Yeah, these are from a maker I've been a Patreon for a long time. He is a PA1 maker on Patreon, and he's mainly known for birdhouses and Hot Wheels scaled dioramas that you can make. But he does a lot of other stuff too, and this is one of his models. And it prints the top and then each side frame, and then the bottom, and then you can print the different panels, and you just glue it all together, and the bottom actually drops out, and you put a tea light in it, and then it'll glow. And I have other pictures that you'll see later on that showcases that. But yeah, really simple prints. He does put a lot more filament in his prints as far as usage. So I did drop the infill down just a little bit. I think he had it at 20%, and I dropped it down to 10, and didn't have any structural issues or anything like that, but saved a little bit of time. And as you can see, these are just slightly taller than a soda can. So something you can easily print. And if you get his Patreon membership, obviously you can sell them. So here's the bottoms that show how they kind of snap in, and it's all pressure fit. This is the only piece that you do not glue. Everything else you do glue in, and then you just put your little tea light in there and light it up, snap it together, and you're good to go.
And it looks cool lit up too.
And these panels are designed to where, I mean, it's literally really simple. I mean, you could take any design and recreate the panels just based off his original, and put any type of image you want on there, just white and black. It's super simple.
Yeah, it's a really cool idea. Really, really cool. All right, and I think that's all of the photos from you as well for this week. Is that right?
I think so. Let me look here. I believe it is, but let me double check. I send them all from my phone, so yes, I believe that is all the ones. I have other ones, but I didn't send them yet.
All right. Well, save them for next week. Appreciate you sending them in this week. I think for this week's contest, Ed, reach out to me. I'll send you a roll of whatever kind of filament you won, or that you want. I believe you won this week with that awesome haunted house. It was super cool. So if you liked this stream, or if you liked any of the prints, be sure to smash the like buttons and congratulate Ed.
Way to go, Ed.
Thank you.
Congrats, Ed. Yeah, that
Thank
haunted
you.
house is awesome.
All right, and
Great.
we'll go ahead and end the stream. Be sure to watch tomorrow's video. I'll give everybody a sneak peek, but I did an interview with the CEO of Helio Additive, and we go over that software and answer some questions about it, go over the consumption subscription model, what users like us would benefit from using it. And then after this month, he's going to start sponsoring the streams. So get your prints ready in November. The winners of the best prints of the streams will win free optimizations with Helio Additive. So be sure to watch tomorrow's video. It'd be super cool. It's really cool talking to David. He's a really cool guy. He tells us about stealing the free prints that we get from Maker World and training his bots with it. So that's super interesting conversation that we have around that. So don't miss tomorrow's video, and then look forward to in the future. I'll be giving away some free optimizations in Helio. So look forward to that. And yeah, it should be really cool. We'll do some cool stuff with Helio in the future, so it should be really, really cool. So look forward to tomorrow's video. I'll see everybody then.
Till next week, guys.
Congratulations, Lynn.
All right, everybody.
Bye, all.
Have a great evening, and I'll see everybody tomorrow. And get your prints ready for next week. Thanks, everybody.